What's up, everybody? I'm Mckenty. This is my second channel, and this is your home for my Twitch highlights and my podcast. So if you like this and you want to see more of that and you want to join the live streams, there's a link to that in the description of this video. And with that out of the way, let's talk about the brand new song Emo Girl by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Willow. This one, I gotta say, Machine Gun Kelly, MGK, he's done a lot of cringy things. Like the whole I am weed thing, painting his tongue black. He made a wedding ring for Megan Fox that she can't take off because it's like barbed. He said all kinds of weird shit about Kendall Jenner and about black girls giving the best head. You would think that this man got all the cringe out of his system, but you would be wrong, as we will find out today in this video. And what is really most impressive about MGK to me is not that he went #1 on Billboard with pop punk. It's not that he's this up and coming white rapper from Cleveland that made it into the big leagues. What's most impressive to me about MGK is that he is starting his emo phase at 32 years old. I'll talk about that in a minute, but first, let's watch.
All right, kids, today we're going on a field trip.
Yay!
And yes, that is Travis Barker. I don't know why Travis Barker has to be in every single song in this genre. He didn't play on it as far as I know, but he's in the video. Because would it be a TikTok pop punk song without Travis Barker?
I am a god.
Featuring Willow, of course, Will Smith, and Jada Pinkett Smith's daughter.
She's got makeup by the mirror in her bedroom.
So this song is about how MGK, as a 32-year-old father, is in love with an emo girl. And Emo Girl here is defined basically as like one of those 2008 MySpace scene girls. That seems to be what he has in mind when he says an emo girl.
Thigh-high fishnets and some black boots. Nose pierced with the cigarette perfume. She is a monster in disguise, and she knows all the words to the trap songs.
She knows all the words to the trap songs. I'm confused as to whether this man has ever actually met an emo girl. Cigarette perfume, and she knows all the words to the trap songs. I don't know what this man is referring to. He must be new to the scene.
I fell in love with an emo girl. I'm in love with an emo girl.
Like, this is what he thinks an emo girl is. This looks like Pink from 2008.
I fell in love with an emo girl. All I want.
And then what is this thing on his face? He's got like the David Draymond sort of thing, but it's not a piercing, it's a clip-on. This is how dedicated MGK is to the culture, my friends. Clip-on facial piercings. Why punch a hole in your lip when you could just get a clip-on? You don't have to be emo forever. It's just a phase. So why not just get the clip-on? Look how old he looks here. And I'm saying that not to, you know, make fun of him for the way he looks or something like that, because I think he's a really good looking guy and I'm older than him. But it's just weird seeing somebody who's like clearly a grown man, clearly like an adult with a 5 o'clock shadow, you know, who looks like he's in his 30s, making this song about being in love with an emo girl. Like, it's weird. Now, I will say, this is a good song. Like, it's well done. You know, it's whoever wrote it. I don't know if it was him or Travis or whoever wrote it. It's a good song. It's just not a good song for him. And I actually think here when Willow Smith comes in, it sounds good. Like, this is a great song for her to sing. Totally, like, age appropriate and scene appropriate for her. Holy fuck, I'm bleeding on your blink tee. Whoever wrote these lyrics, I don't know what to say. Why? Why did you do this? That's all I have to say. Why? Yes, it sounds like it was written by someone in their 30s, if not older. Like, does it not seem weird to see this guy who was a rapper a couple years ago, a 32-year-old father, singing I'm in love with an emo girl? Am I the only one that thinks it's strange? Like, yes, this is a song for a 17-year-old to sing. Exactly. If Jaden did this song, it'd be totally fine. Or Lil Huddy or any of these, like, you know, little kid TikTok pop punkers. This is a song for them. MGK, you're not that much younger than me. And by the way, I also wonder, like, what does Megan Fox think when she hears this? Megan Fox is like 37 or whatever. Nothing even slightly emo about Megan Fox. If anything, she's like the popular girl, right? So does she not like have questions like, hey, what's his name? Colson? Hey, Colson, I heard your new song about emo girls. What's up? Is there something you want to tell me? Or, you know, maybe she thinks that she's an emo girl now. You know, sometimes like a girl starts dating a dude and then all of a sudden starts dressing like him and acting like him, or vice versa. Guys do it too. You know, when someone starts dating a new person and like all of a sudden all their interests and the way they dress and like their whole persona like changes overnight. She kind of did that. So maybe she thinks she's an emo girl now.
I fell in love with an emo girl. I'm in love with an emo girl.
It's very how do you do, fellow kids? Yes. How do you do, fellow emo kids? Do you think MGK likes Seisha or Get Up Kids? Oh yeah, I'm sure he loves Seisha. MGK is #1 fan of Seisha and Page 99 for sure. Now, I have a lot of thoughts and questions on this. First of all, you guys remember Brian Stars, right? And you remember how he started his emo phase at the age of like 26? And how that was kind of weird and embarrassing. And you're like, oh, Brian, no, don't do this. We thought that was bad. MGK, it's even worse. MGK started his emo phase at 32. Second thing I thought was kind of funny is he started his emo phase. Pop punk wasn't enough. He already appropriated pop punk culture and sort of decided that he wanted to be the face of pop punk. And, you know, I said, all right, fine, you know, whatever. This will help the genre, no big deal. But now he's gone too far. Now he's appropriating emo culture. This is where I draw the line. You know, and Pete Davidson, he dated Kate Beckinsale, Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian. And now, you know, there's rumors that he's been seen with the green M&M. And I said, Pete, this is too much. You keep your goddamn hands off the green M&M. That's my girl. That's how I feel about MGK. This is like Pete Davidson being seen canoodling with the green M&M. Not cool, man. Not cool. The second thing I thought was like, he's basically doing his version of this trend that's been around for quite a while, only like he missed the point. So there's this whole sort of subgenre of pop punk rappers who basically make these sort of deliberately corny songs where the premise is like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we made this really formulaic song about punk and goth culture and like how much we like goth girls, but we'll kind of act like clueless posers who don't know anything about the genre, but obviously everybody knows that we do know about it, so ha ha ha, this will be a funny self-parody, right? There's quite a few songs like this, and I actually think they're great. For example, the maybe pioneer of this is Lil Tracy. This is way back in 2017. This is like ironically being a poser.
I'm a punk star, bitch, I feel like fish snark.
I'm a punk star. It was just a phase. So that's one example. Another example, Chad Tepper, the song Real Punk Shit.
Real punk shit, goth bitch with some black lipstick.
I love this song. Real punk shit, goth bitch with some black lipstick. She listens to my music every time she slits her wrists.
She listens to my music every time she slit her wrist.
My favorite example, though, is this. I've played this before, but I'm going to play it again because this fucking slaps. She's too goth for me. This is basically what MGK did. Is he just made a non-ironic version of She's Too Goth For Me.
Yeah, she too goth
Except
for me.
the song isn't as good or as clever.
I think she too goth for me. Yeah, she too goth for me. She like suicide. I'm like, why you wanna die? I might dirty up my
She likes
Sprite.
suicide. I'm like, why you want to die? This video is great.
But she too goth for me. Yeah, I think she too goth for me.
The green M&M was too goth for me. I know. I hear. Listen, man. Everyone needs to stop talking about the green M&M. All right? Like, it's not fucking cool. You guys know how I feel about her, and I don't fucking appreciate the jokes, all right? There's only one person on this stream who's allowed to talk about the green M&M, and you're fucking looking at him, all right? If anyone's got a fucking problem with that, I'll see you in the fucking parking lot, okay? Because the green M&M came with me, and she's fucking leaving with me, all right? So, Yeah, basically, what MGK did is a non-ironic version of all these songs. I have some thoughts. The main one being obviously that his song sucks and it's cringe. But in all seriousness, it is kind of interesting. Some of the people in the chat have pointed this out. What this says about sort of emo and goth, I suppose, but like emo in particular, is that it's now just an aesthetic, really, right? I mean, we're joking about how he doesn't care about quote unquote real emo like Page 99 and Seisha and, you know, whatnot. And obviously he doesn't. Like his idea of emo is, you know, the Blink-182 self-titled album. And I'm not here to gatekeep emo. It's like, oh, he doesn't know about emo, but obviously he doesn't. And so emo has just become an aesthetic now, right? And goth girls and emo girls are now just essentially an object that some set of men desire. They decided like, oh, I need that big titty goth GF, right? That's sort of what emo and goth means now. I was never emo and I was never goth, so I don't have any personal attachment to it, and it doesn't upset me personally to see the culture used in that way. But it's weird, right? Because the idea that emo girls or goth girls would be desirable to someone like MGK is so strange. Like even 5 years ago, could you imagine one of the bigger stars in current mainstream music writing a song about how much he wants to be with an emo girl? No, like it's crazy. It reminds me of how in the 90s, grunge went from being this genuinely groundbreaking, interesting youth culture kind of movement to just an aesthetic that they sold at the mall. Literally in like a year and a half, it went from being super fucking cool and cutting edge to completely fucking played out in like a year and a half. I'll give you an example of it here.
High fashion now means, well, you decide. Jerry Bowen reports.
Grunge is the fashion trend launched by the hard-driving guitar music known as the Seattle Sound. The grunge look is an urban lumberjack, anything-goes ensemble of duck boots, tattered shirts, and long underwear.
It's really funny. I've always been considered a slob, you know, and now I'm in fashion. All of a sudden, I'm hip.
And the grunge is spreading to the movies and the trendy Hollywood health spas.
Grunge
even
workout.
the New York fashion shows.
Well, now it's a trend. Before, it was just, that's what everybody wore.
But grunge is not for everyone. Truth be told, it is not really understood by everyone.
I mean, look at this girl. This girl could be on TikTok like today, right?
Understood by everyone.
Grunge. No, what are they?
What is grunge? It's hard for me to communicate for anybody who wasn't around back then exactly how commercialized grunge was. Like, there's literally a fucking Kmart ad, get into grunge, where you can put your grunge outfits on layaway. Like, this is how commercialized it was. Or this, you know, this Pickway shoes, which was some shitty old shoe store. Get your grunge outfits at Pickway for $17.99. That is how commercialized grunge was. And so my question is, have we reached that point with emo because of MGK? Like now, are we going to see at H&M or at JCPenney this fall, 30% off our brand new e-girl collection at JCPenney? Is that what's going to happen next? I mean, I feel like this whole pop punk thing, it's moving very quickly in that direction. Let's put it that way. So that's my question, you know, and if so, I'll be here for it, because there's nothing that I enjoy more than seeing yesterday's edgy youth culture run into the ground and turned into a corporate marketing vehicle and making everybody really mad because it's hilarious. I've said this before, I've said it a million times, I'll keep saying it. This happens to everything. Any kind of subculture or lifestyle will eventually get turned into corporate marketing. That's just the way the world works. It will happen to emo too, I'm sure. And if MGK is the person who kicked it off, then I guess it is what it is. And I'll just be over here laughing at all the 32-year-olds who are angry because they were real scene kids, not like MGK. He doesn't understand what emo is, damn it. How dare he write a song about emo girls? Only I'm allowed to like emo girls. That's what I say. But if he starts writing songs about the green M&M, we've got a fucking problem. I agree with this. MGK doesn't have the same pull as bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam did in the early 90s. That's true. Even that My Chemical Romance or Green Day or Paramore or any of those bands did. He doesn't. It's a good point. I was in 8th, 9th grade when Nirvana and Pearl Jam and stuff blew up, and like everybody wanted to be them. Everyone was dressing grunge. Like, it was a huge deal. There was so many kids that were like, oh, clearly trying to look like Kurt Cobain, you know? I don't see that with MGK. Granted, I don't hang out a lot of high schools, unlike MGK. So maybe that's happening with him, but I don't think so. I don't think that he's like a template for youth lifestyle. Anyway, that's Emo Girl. I feel like we've hit peak cringe. You know, any sort of subculture, once you hit peak cringe, like for grunge, the movie Singles was pretty bad. And, you know, the JCPenney, Kmart grunge collections and stuff. Once you hit peak cringe, it's kind of downhill pretty fast from there. Is this it? Have we hit peak cringe? Did MGK start and kill the pop punk revival single-handedly in less than 2 years? Maybe he did. Maybe this is it. Only time will tell. Yeah, is the Eminem gonna go emo? I want to look up Green Eminem Deviant Art, but I'm afraid that's TOS. Let me see if I'll open it up in a new browser window so you get and see if I can find anything good. Green M and M sexy. How about that? Ooh. Man, she is just too much.